Hello, welcome everyone to September. This is usually a busy month for releases with lots of bigger studios releasing their games, but don't forget about all the great indie titles that are coming out. With that in mind, here are my picks for the month. As always, let me know in the comments what games you are most looking forward to and if you think I've missed anything. First up we have the Isle Tide Hotel, an FMV game from Wales Interactive. In this title, you play the role of a father who sets out to rescue his daughter from an eclectic cult before their last night at the aforementioned Tide Isle Hotel. It's a premise that sets the player up for a weird time, which is what I want from an FMV game. I'm aware that these games are very much an acquired taste, but I think they are always worth highlighting. The Isle Tide Hotel comes to all the consoles, PC and mobile, September 12th.
I'm going to make sure she's all right.
Let me tell you why I came. For the experience.
If there's any part of you that cares for your daughter, you'll come too.
Oh my.
Welcome to the Isle Tide Hotel.
Those of you who have been following my channel recently will know that I am partial to an action roguelike. Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors is one such title and looks to take inspiration from the Pathfinder IP. To that end, there are a lot more RPG type elements included in the game, such as the ability to go on quests and take a companion with you. I like how this genre is starting to broaden out a bit more, and this game looks to add to that. Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors comes to Steam Early Access September 14th.
Attaining new heights of power and skill. But what hope have they to seal away the whispering tyrant? For surely there can be no hope of surviving Gallowspire.
Solace State is billed as a cyberpunk narrative adventure where you take on the role of a hacker fighting against a corporate biotech conspiracy. As the best cyberpunk games tend to do, this title is trying to tackle the key themes inherent within the genre and tell an interesting and thought-provoking story. Promising multiple endings and the ability to build relationships, it appears to provide what you would expect from a narrative adventure. Solace State comes to PC and Xbox September 14th.
Over the city of Abraxa, a manhunt for a terrorist has locked down the Zircon Hill district. No communication until they say so. But it's not the terrorist that scares me. Something unsettling is happening, and my best friend Rebecca disappeared right into the middle of it all. Rebecca, if you're out there, know that I'm coming for you, no matter what. We'll find the truth, together.
Fading Afternoon is the next game from the team behind the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa, this time focusing on the life of a Yakuza member who was recently released from prison, and tells a story about getting old and dealing with the passage of time. The game promises choice as to how you tackle situations with multiple endings and the same beat-em-up gameplay of their previous title. Fading Afternoon comes to PC September 15th. Our next game is looking to capitalise on the popularity of the HD 2D art style popularised by Square, whilst also looking to China for inspiration for its world. Wandering Sword is a martial arts RPG with an interesting tile-based battle system that allows players to switch between turn-based and real-time. I was impressed with what I played in the demo, and despite using the HD 2D style which is in a fair few titles now, it manages to create a unique looking world. Wandering Sword comes to PC September 15th. Moonstone Island feels a bit like it's playing indie game bingo, what with the inclusion of potion making, card battles, monster collecting and life sim elements. Despite that, I think it looks like a charming little title, and the gameplay elements being included mesh together well. It's one of those games that you will know right away as to whether it is your thing, and if it is, I think it could be a good time. Moonstone Island comes to PC and Switch September 20th. Our next title is a game that has the potential to be brilliant. El Paso Elsewhere takes its influences from one of my favourite games, Max Payne. Like Remedy's title, El Paso Elsewhere looks to blend slow motion combat with a reality bending world, and it certainly manages to nail the atmosphere and the style that you would want from this type of game. However, I do have slight concerns about the combat, as the slow-mo felt too stingy in the demo I played. Hopefully this is something the developer has managed to sort, because if they have, this title could be a real gem. El Paso Elsewhere comes to PC, PlayStation and Xbox September 26th.
We're going to die.
I think that's the only way it works. One-way trip.
You deserve better than that, James.
Next, we have my pick of the month, a game that I've been waiting for around 3 years now. Mineko's Night Market is a narrative social simulation adventure game that looks to celebrate Japanese culture. That description might sound like a bit of a mouthful, but all you need to really know is that it's a game about enjoying all the cats. Playing as Mineko, you arrive on an island that worships the sun cat Nico. Townsfolk thought that Nico was a myth, but they are puzzled by reports of sightings of the sun cat around the island. Your job is to investigate the mystery and help restore the island to its former glory. Oh, and play with lots and lots of cats. Mineko's Night Market comes to PC and Switch September 26th, with a PlayStation and Xbox release scheduled for a month later.
Yet there are some who still believe in the power of magic and myth. And others drawn to our village whose intentions may not be so pure. Does Nico truly exist? Could this legend possibly be real? All we can do is hope, for our village, our people, and our beloved night market might depend on it.
The penultimate game for September is Underground Blossom, the next game in the Rusty Lake series, and for some people that is all I will need to say. For everyone else, Rusty Lake is a series of slightly surreal and really enjoyable puzzle games set within the same world. If you have any interest in puzzle games, I highly recommend you check out some of their earlier titles whilst you wait for this game to release. Underground Blossoms comes to PC September 27th.
Ticket, please.
Finally for September we have Cocoon, a game from the lead designer behind Inside and Limbo, but this game does look to be quite different. It swaps a side-on perspective for a top-down one, and the central mechanic is that each world exists in an orb that you carry on your back, allowing you to leap between worlds, combining, manipulating and rearranging them to solve puzzles. Each orb unlocks a new ability, allowing them to be used as tools that you can utilise in other worlds. It's a mechanic that sounds like it could lead to some fun puzzle designs. With these mechanics and a brighter art style, it seems the idea is for Cocoon to be as different to Inside and Limbo as possible. Cocoon comes to all the consoles, PC and Game Pass September 29th. So that's the list for September. I know I say it every month, but it really is a good looking list of games for this month. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a like and maybe subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.